Welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. Thank you for the support and thank you for the love. If you are new to this channel, honey, hey boo, hey honey, welcome to the family. I hope you're going to love my content. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and do not forget to press that subscribe button. All right, so in today's video, guys, I'm gonna be doing my makeup with you guys. I'm gonna be showing you guys how I do my basic makeup, my basic everyday makeup, like my let's step out of the house for a few errands makeup, my let's go to work makeup, like nothing hectic, just the basic stuff. And while we're also doing that, we're going to be having a story time. And as you can see from the title, today's story is about a time and point in my life where I was hijacked, carjacked, like, look, I don't know, that thing where they take the car and you remain, like they don't take you with. Hijacked, look, I don't know, yeah, that thing, that's what we're gonna be talking about today. So just so I don't make this video longer than it's supposed to be, I am not gonna talk about each and every product that I'm going to use, but what I am going to do is I'm going to list the products in the description box, just in case, you know, yeah, there's somebody who wants to know what I used on my face and where I got it as well. All right, so the first thing that I do before I do my face is to moisturize it. All right, and I moisturize it with this. I'm going to list it in the description box. I do it because sometimes after washing my face will be feeling very dry, so I just moisturize it first before I go on and apply makeup on my face. So anyway, guys, into the story. Yes, men are very creepy, like men are very creepy and weird. So anyway, set scene. The year is 2014. All right, and I was doing my final year in high school. All right, I was doing my final year in high school. That is my upper six. All right, in Zim we call it upper six. In South Africa, according to the South African school system, it would be the extra year we have after matric. So yeah, we call it grade 13. All right, for the purposes of this video, I will call it grade 13. So I was doing my final year in high school and I now had a routine. All right, I was doing my final year in high school and it was also a few weeks before exam time, like before exam period, and we write our final exams over the October-November period. So anyway, yeah, it was like just a few weeks, I think like 2-3 weeks before exams. And my routine then was, now I would go to school, and then after school we would normally have, in the afternoon we would normally have like extracurricular activities like your clubs or your sports. And if I didn't have that, then I would go straight away to my extra lessons, or if I had that, I would stay for those things, and then after that I would go for extra lessons and then go home. So yeah, that was my basic everyday routine. Right, so this one faithful day, this one faithful God-given day, yeah, I went to school in the morning as always, as usual, you know, and then I think in the afternoon I stayed for, I don't remember what I stayed for. I think it was maybe Toastmasters or Interact, but one of those, like I'm actually not even sure anymore, but one of those. So anyway, I stayed for one of those, and that was in the afternoon. So I think I probably finished like around, what's that now, around 4 or to 4 or somewhere there, around 4 actually. I think I finished around 4, and then I left and I went for my extra lessons, and I think I had math extra lessons. All right, so anyway, I went for my extra lessons, good and fine, and I finished around 6 as usual. So anyway, when I finished around 6, my mom then texted me, and then she was like, when you're done with your extra lessons, let's meet up in town, you know, for a quick bite and before we go home. So anyway, that was a great idea. Like, that was a very great idea, because I probably hadn't like had lunch that particular day, so I was very hungry, like I was starving. So anyway, I left my extra lessons and I went into town, and I think I met up with my mom in Steers. I think it was Steers. Like, yeah, I think it was Steers. Then anyway, from there, when I met up with her, she was with her friend, who is actually now a family friend. Technically, she's like a mother to me, so we shall call her my aunt. So anyway, I met her there. She was with my aunt. We all sat down. We actually ate at Steers. Like, we didn't order then leave. No, we ate at Steers. So we ordered our food, ate. Everything was good. Everything was great. So after eating, my mom was then like, I should head home while she drops off my aunt at home, at her place, actually, while she drops off my aunt at her place. And where my aunt stays now, it's like just a few minutes away from my house. So technically she wasn't going to be that far behind me, right? She said that I should head home, and she was gonna first drop off my aunt at her place, and then she was going to be behind me. So anyway, that was fine. We agreed on that. So I left them as Steers. And anybody who knows me knows that when I drive, I literally have a whole music session going on in the car right up until I get to wherever I'm going, you know, just so I don't get bored and just so I can enjoy my drive, you know, those kind of vibes. So anyway, that was that. I was playing my loud music, having a great time, like a whole, you know, music show in my car. Then I get to my hood. Hi man, I notice why does it look like it's dark city here? Like, it's Boma, dark city vibes. It's dark. And the thing about the street lights leading to my house, they were not working at the time. I don't know if they are now, but they were not working at the time. So it was very dark. But anyway, because nothing, you know, when nothing has ever happened to you, you literally don't have that natural fear. Exactly. Now, because nothing had ever happened to me, I wasn't scared. I just continued, you know, driving either way. And I was still playing my loud music. So I got to the gate, and it was dark because there was load shedding. All right. So if you're Zimbabwean, you know that. Listen, honey, listen. You're used to dark city. You're used to load shedding. So I wasn't panicking. So I get to the gate, and I realized that it was really dark. And usually when there is load shedding, all right, we would put the generator on, and then there'll be light from the outside. Light will be on, so you can actually see what you're doing at the gate. So on that particular day, the generator wasn't on. The generator was not on, so it was dark still at the gate. So I was basically now just winging it with the car lights. So anyway, I told myself, let me get out. But instead, because my everyday routine, when I get home, I will drive the car straight in, you know, park it, and then come back to close the gate. All right. So I told myself, I'm gonna open the gate. When I open the gate, I am going to just slightly drive in. And then when I slightly drive in, I'm gonna come back, close the gate, and then continue. Right, and continue and go and park the car. That's a great idea, right? It is, because it's dark. So anyway, I did exactly that. I opened the gate. So anyway, I drove the car a bit in, like I, you know, had suggested. And then I got out of the car. When I get out of the car, I leave my driver's door open. So I get out of the car, heading for the gate to go close it. Hey, I, I. Now, like, I probably shouldn't have. Like, this was the point where I'm thinking I probably should not have done that. So as I'm approaching the gate to go and close it, do I not see, like, you know, some guy, some man running towards me? And I'm thinking, at this point, I'm panicking because I'm like, it's dark. Why is this man running towards me? It's dark. Like, guys, it's dark, right? So, anyway, this guy ran towards me carrying what looked like a gun, you know. And obviously, when you see something looking like a gun, you're gonna start panicking, you're gonna start screaming, you're going to want to piss in your pants. That is what is gonna happen, right? So, this guy. I know I'm laughing, but actually it's not funny. Like, it is actually not funny. So this guy eventually gets to the gate. He doesn't even say a word, but he's just pointing, because he can see that, okay, this girl is scared. So he's just pointing that gun thingy, and he's basically pointing in such a way that I back away. You know, I back away from the gate, and I just back away to give him a way to go in and get into the car. So as he's doing that, I just run. Guys, I just ran. I ran like into the house. I don't know what was going on in my head at that moment, but I left the car open, everything, obviously, as a scared person, and I ran into the house, and I was screaming, and yo, hey, I don't even know. And I was just screaming, and I was just out of it. And when I get into the house, I think it was my young sister was in the house with my grandmother, my then grandmother, who's now late. They were in the house, and I'm screaming, and they're asking me why I'm screaming, and I'm like, somebody is taking the car. Somebody is taking the car. There's somebody who wants to steal the car. There's somebody at the gate, and it's just like I can barely even make up like a full constructive sentence. Like, I'm just mumbling words, and I'm screaming, and I'm crying, and I'm just out of it. So my young sister follows me outside. When we get outside, it seems Ukai was still spending a few minutes trying to figure out how to move that car, or like how to like maneuver the car. You know, it seems that that is what he spent a few minutes doing. So when we got outside with my young sister, that was literally when he was driving off with the car. That was literally when he was driving off with the car. And Yazin, the thing about having two girls in the same space when something is happening is we're all just going to be screaming. Like, we are all just going to be screaming. Nobody is bringing like a solid solution to the table. We are all just screaming. So we're obviously both just screaming, because at this point there is nothing that we can do. Like, I honestly felt like my heart was going to jump out of my mouth. I really for a second thought my heart was gonna jump out of my mouth, because I just couldn't believe it. Like, is this really happening, or am I dreaming? But it's happening, because like I'm here, because I'm crying real tears, because I'm screaming. And just as we're doing that, we literally, as he's driving out, we like follow him, just to, you know, when guys, you know, when something is happening, you only now think about it afterwards, kuti, but what on earth was I doing? So as he's driving out, we also, you know, run out following the car. Obviously now we're not gonna catch up with the car, but for some reason we just thought running after it while screaming, I don't know, maybe somebody would hear us and come out and follow him, anything really at this point. So as he drives off, we then go to my next door neighbor, because he's usually the go-to man, like half the time when our parents are not around, if there's anything that's wrong, you know. So we go there, and I'm telling, he eventually comes out, because we're knocking like hysterically at the gate, you know, and he eventually comes out, and then he's wondering what's wrong, why are you know, knocking on my gate like that? And I'm telling him, my car has just been taken, and I'm screaming and I'm crying, and I don't know what to do with myself right now. all right? And then he literally opens the gate and he stands out, and now he's also confused because he's never heard. If you are from Zim, Blair to be specific, tell me how many people have you heard that would tell you that they were carjacked? Like literally, that was the first time he heard it too, especially in our neighborhood. So anyway, as we're trying to explain the story to him, my mom then, you know, appears, because remember she had gone to drop off my aunt. She eventually appears. Now she appears and she's finding her daughters standing outside the gate screaming, not sure what is happening. You know, she gets out of the car and she's asking, what is wrong, what's happening, what happened? Then I'm telling her the car is gone. The car is gone, as in, mommy, like the car is gone. The car is gone. It's gone. As in, it's not here, it's gone. At this point, she's also confused. Because as I said, it didn't make sense. It honestly didn't make sense, because it's something that, you know, doesn't usually happen, you know? It's something that really doesn't usually happen. So she's also confused. And then she's like, what do you mean the car is gone? I'm like, it's gone. Some guy rocked up here, you know, with what looked like a gun, and then he was dressed in all black, and then the next thing, then the car is gone. She then decides, at this point, what we need to do is to go to the police station. So anyway, we left and went to the police station. Guys, at this point, I'm still crying. At this point, I'm still hysterical. Like, I'm just out of it. Like, at this point, I'm still in disbelief. I'm still screaming. I'm still crying. I'm still just, like, crying uncontrollably, you know? So we get to the police station and they're telling me, Sissy, calm down. Calm down so you can tell us exactly what happened, what transpired. And guys, personally, me and the police system, I don't know. I really don't know, but I really felt like they didn't help me, you know, as much as they were meant to. I honestly felt like that. I didn't feel that, like, I didn't feel like they were there for me, type of situation, the way they were meant to. So anyway, I calmed down. I think they gave me water or something crazy like that. So I eventually sort of calmed down, and then I tell them what happened. You know, I tell them what happened from start to finish. I try to describe how tall the guy was, how big he was in terms of body, and everything. And I also described the weapon and so forth and so forth and so forth. And then they asked me, what fuel level did I have? Like, fuel level again? What does that have to do with anything? But anyway, I answered. They're like, no, it's because we want to know how far he can drive with the car. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, that is where my fuel level was. And I think it was like on half a tank. I think it was on half a tank or something like that. So anyway, at this point, my mom had called my dad, you know. So my dad was also making his way to the police station. He gets to the police station. I just see him and I just run to him and I just start crying again. Like, I just lose it again and I just start crying. Like, yeah, like the tears I cried that night, guys. Like the tears I cried that night. They were enough to actually feel like a river something, to actually start a whole river, because I cried. Like, I cried. So my dad comes and I start crying again. Until he tells me, no, stop crying. It'll be well. We'll find the car. Everything will be fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. We will find the car. All right, fine. You know, like, he really sounded reassuring at this point. So Namike, I go ahead and I calm down and I stop crying. So after the police were done taking down my statement and everything, we then went back home. And guys, if I say that night, honestly, I wasn't able to sleep. I honestly was not able to sleep, because every single car sound that I heard, I honestly thought that was him back with the car. I honestly thought at some point he got to his place and had like a change of heart, you know, and like, you know, the Holy Spirit visited him and he decided to bring back my car. But no. And this happened the whole night. Technically, I think I ended up falling asleep like in the AMs, man. But all I know is I really struggled with sleep that night. But anyway, the following day, morning comes, and it was a school day. All right, it was a school day, but I did not go to school. I did not go to school to learn, because obviously of what had happened. So what I did go to school for with my mom was to just, you know, let my teachers know what had happened and why I would not be in class that day. So anyway, we told them what happened. We told them, you know, we told them everything, like how the car was stolen. And remember when I went for a quick bite of stairs with my mom, I was coming from my extra lessons. And before the extra lessons, I was coming from school. So it meant my school bag, my books, my stationery, my everything, my whole academic life was in the car with me when the car was taken. So at this point, I didn't have nothing. I did not have anything with me because for some reason on that day, I had all the subjects I was doing on that particular day. So I had all the books, all the subjects I was doing. I did them on that day, so I had all my books with me. So at this point, I didn't have anything. So we just went to go tell them, you know, like what had happened, what had befallen upon me, what had befallen upon me. And they understood shame, they really did. And they were like, okay, no, it's fine. You can just, you know, have the day off, just gather yourself and just, you know, yeah, try to see what can be done and so forth and so forth. If you need any help, if you need the notes to catch up and so forth, just let us know. And at this point, I don't even know why they're saying if I need. Obviously, I'm going to need the help. Obviously, I'm going to need the notes because I'm Sena Luto. I don't have my books with me anymore. And this is quarter 2 exams. Please, like, hello, why are we asking me stupid questions? But anyway, we then left and headed, I can't remember whether we headed to the police station or what happened, because then now I think we wanted to find out if they had gotten any lead or anything like that. I think we went to the police station briefly. We stopped by, I think we did. And then after that, we went to go buy books. Right, so we went to go buy stationery, we went to go buy exercise books, you know, just stuff to keep me afloat until, you know, my things are found and everything. You know, and my mom just kept on saying, no, it's fine, don't worry, your things will be found, don't worry, everything will be okay, don't worry, your things will be found. And well, guys, my mom is actually such a prayerful person. Like, she really is. Like, where she prays, please fear what is about to happen, honestly, because she is really such a prayerful person. So anyway, she just kept on telling me not to worry, everything is gonna be okay, kuzolunga, and everything. So that is all well, that is all fine. We got the stationery, we got the books that I needed to keep me afloat, and then we decided, okay, let's head home. We decided, all right, let's head home. Then what then happened was we started driving back home. And you know, sometimes, you know, when God is really doing the things for you, there is a certain road we normally take when we are driving home. Like when we get to my hood, it's either you use the main road or you take the back road, right? So we normally take the main road, but on that particular day we decided, let's just use the back road, you know, type of situation. Then as we're using the back road, hey guys, please pay attention to this part. Please pay attention to this part. As we are driving back home, on the back road in my hood, that is when this is what was happening. We were driving this way, right? We're now driving back to the house, and then as we're driving this way, my car passes me that way. You know, I literally quickly turned like this, like it was literally a minute glance. I turned and then I'm like, that's my car. I'm like, guys. Like, you can say whatever you want to say, everything else, but that is my car. And my mom was like, where? I'm like, there, over there, like it's going, but there, that one, that's the car. And then she literally, quickly, hastily made a U-turn and followed the guy. Like, how clever was this guy? How do you steal? But honestly, how do you steal a car and still have the audacity, the lever, this wind to drive it in the same neighborhood the exact following day? Not even 24 hours later, but just a few hours later, you still have the audacity to drive it in the same neighborhood. Like, what are you trying to can? At this point, what are you trying to can? What are you trying to do? So anyway, then happened that we followed him. So my mom made a U-turn and we followed him. We followed him, and when he realized that we were right behind him and we were chasing after him, he then decided to speed. He then decided to increase his speed. All right. So as he's increasing his speed, my mom is also increasing her speed. Guys, at this point, it felt like I was living in a Fast and the Furious movie, guys. It felt like I was shooting a Fast and the Furious movie, to be quite honest, because there was just, all I was just seeing was two cars flying. Like, that was all I was just seeing at this point. I am panicking at this point. I just want to get to that car at this point. I just want that guy to stop and just give me back my car. So anyway, we follow him. We follow him until he gets into a road where there's like, okay guys, I just have to briefly concentrate here. So anyway, we follow him until he gets onto a road where there is a hospital. Like, it's still a few minutes from my house, but that road is technically also now the main road because it now leads you to town and all the other places. So anyway, he eventually loses control on that road, and as he loses control, I just saw the car turn, heading towards the hospital wall, and he went right into that wall. God, my God, my God, my God. At this point, please bury me. At this point, please bury me. RIP to me, RIP to the car. Because at this point, I'm thinking, I did not just see that happen. I did not just see that happen. Did I just see that happen? Yo, like guys, I literally felt my heart sink. Like, I felt my heart sink, I won't lie. I felt my heart sink. Because I'm thinking, there is no way. There is no way the car survived that crash. There is no way. Nah, there's no way. Nah, no way. So anyway, my mom eventually stops her car and we get out. We get out, head over to where the car had crashed, stopped or whatever, thinking that he's still sitting in the car because there's no way somebody must have survived that and managed to get out and managed to run away. Whoopie, to our surprise, that is exactly what he actually did. He got out, he managed to get out of the car, and he managed to run into the trees, the bush there inside. He managed to do that because when he got into the car, there's nobody. There's actually nobody when we got into the car. There's actually nobody. When we got to the car, there was actually nobody. And then my mom then calls the police to tell them, you know, where we are. To tell them where we are and how we saw the guy and how we saw the car. All right. So the police do eventually come, and my dad also came, and the police also came with those dogs, you know, those police dogs. Yeah, they came with ah, guys, the drama. Ah, no shame. They also came with the police dogs, right? They came with the police dogs, and they took the police dogs into the bushes there. You know, now the dogs must be sniffing as to where the guy ran off to. Is he still in the bushes? Is he what? Okay. So anyway, that went on for like, you know, an hour or two or something crazy like that, until they realized, okay, he's really not there. So anyway, they then decided to search the car to check if like my books and everything else that was in the car is still there, and obviously there was nothing now at this point. But what he did do, the one mistake that he did make, was he ran out but forgot his phone in the car. All right, so the police then said, okay, we're going to use the phone to trace, or rather to trap him or to trace it. Oh, right. So they took the phone with them, you know. And oh, when the police came, hey, there was one police lady. One of the police ladies there now is busy, you know, interrogating me now. Interrogating me, asking me, and it's about what just happened. Then she even has the audacity to say to me, am I sure? Just listen to this. Am I sure that this person that took my car is not my boyfriend? Am I sure that he's not my boyfriend and I just wanted to give him my car just without my parents knowing? Yes. Yes. You know, I looked at her with so much disbelief. Like, I actually looked at her with so much disbelief, because I'm like, Mokel, what do you mean? As in, what do you said what? What do you mean? What do you mean? Okay, even if they said I wanted to give my car to my boyfriend, as you would like to say it, would I really go through all this drama, quarter to exam time, just to give boyfriend a car? Really, sis, really? At this point, I was defeated. I was honestly defeated at this point. I don't even want to lie. I'm from Kamamanga. I was really defeated at this point. So anyway, I then kindly told her that definitely no, and definitely no, it's not my boyfriend. That is one thing I can tell you here, now, and every single other day, you know. And anyway, she was like, okay, cool. So the police was like, no, I think you guys have had enough trauma for the day. You can head home. All right, you can head home, and then we'll pick it up tomorrow. Hopefully we would have found him using his cell phone. Okay, fine, that's great. So we headed home that day, called it another day, and obviously I struggled with sleeping again. So anyway, following day comes, and the police called us. I think it was mid-morning. Was it mid-morning? Yes, it was mid-morning. It was mid-morning, and they called us, telling us they found the guy and we should come to the police station again. So anyway, we got ready, and then we went to the police station. Guys, like, honestly, when I got to the police station and I saw his face, I honestly didn't know. Like, I didn't know how to feel. Like, guys, I didn't know. Like, I did not know how to feel at this point, because the moment I saw him, like, I just had flashbacks. I had flashbacks from the day this whole trauma and ordeal started, right up until to the previous day where he crashed with the car. And now I'm looking at him face to face, and I'm just, you know, when I was making my way to the police station, you know, I had so many things I wanted to say. Like, I was really practicing and rehearsing the whole script in my head because I had so many things I wanted to say, so many questions I wanted to ask. But when I eventually got there, when I eventually saw his face, I honestly, sincerely just felt defeated. Like, I just looked at him and I just felt I just felt defeated. Like, I honestly just felt defeated. Like, I don't know like what to say at all. I was just defeated. Guys, I know. So anyway, my parents then asked him, could say, okay, dude, what made you decide to just, do something so stupid, do something so bad to such a young girl? Like, what made you wake up one day and you're like, today is the day I am just going to cause havoc in somebody's life? Then turns out, guys, when I say that men are creepy, remember from the beginning of this video I said men are creepy. Yeah, so it turns out Umo guy didn't wake up that morning and decided that he was going to just cause havoc in my life. No, he didn't wake up and decide that. It turns out he had been stalking me for yeah, I had a stalker. Turns out he had been stalking me for some weeks. He had to stalk me for some weeks. I do not know where he saw me and why he decided to stalk me personally, but he says he would usually, pass through outside, like our gate, like on our road, just usually pass through. And he noticed that every single day I would be driving out either alone or with my young sister. And he noticed that, okay, so I have a routine. All right, so when he noticed that I have a routine, he decided to follow and study that routine. So he followed and studied that routine, realized, okay, my routine involves going to school, then going for extra lessons, and then coming back home around this time. That's what he noticed. And he said at some point he actually wanted to steal the car during school hours, like in the school premises. But he then realized that my school has the security at the gate 24/7, so it probably was not going to work. All right. When I say that men are creepy, that is exactly what I mean when I say that men are creepy. So when he realized that it wasn't going to work taking the car at school, he then decided to study the time at which I always, the time period in which I get home, until he got a hang of it, and until he realized, okay, this would be the perfect time and the perfect day to do this. All right, so that was really that. And we then asked him, okay, so why did you particularly, aim at me? Why did you aim at my car specifically? And then he said it was because he's trying to, he wanted to start a taxi business. He wanted to just start a taxi business with my car. That is basically why he did it. And just to show that this guy didn't have any remorse. Like, the one thing that was annoying about this guy is he wasn't sorry for what he did. Even after standing in front of him, he actually wasn't sorry about what he did. He actually wasn't sorry about what he did. That was the one thing for me that actually pissed me off about this guy. He was not in any way showing any remorse about what he did. So obviously at this point he was pissing me off, and he was pissing my parents off. All right, because he even had the audacity to say that, oh, by the way, you've got a nice music playlist. And I'm like, because I need to, when he Remember when he took my car? I was playing loud music, and I was playing loud music from my phone. So when he took the car, it means he took the phone with him. So he was telling me that I've got a nice music list, and he actually transferred some of the music to his phone. Hey, guys, when I tell you that, like, this guy did not stop at nothing to actually continue defeating me, he actually didn't stop at nothing. He actually did not stop at nothing. Like, he actually wanted to make sure, like, he was making sure that he defeats me with the things that he was saying. I promise you. So anyway, the police then asked him, so where's the rest of the stuff? Because remember, we opened the car and my books were not there. And then he's like, no, he put the things in a, what you call it, in a sack. He put the things in a sack, and the sack is at his place. So the police then took him with, and then are like, okay, we're taking you with us. Go and show us where you put these things. So anyway, as the police left, I remained at the police station, waiting for my things to come back so I can check if everything is there, and yada yada and yada yada. You know, the whole shebang. Yeah, I'm trying to concentrate. Like, guys, I've actually never done my makeup on camera, so like, this is actually the first time, and can I tell you, it is not easy. Can I just say it? Can I actually just be honest? It is not easy. So anyway, we waited at the police station until he came back, and they came back with him and the sack of it where he had put everything of mine. And then the police then asked for me to check if everything was there, so that if there was anything missing, we ask him while they, you know, he's still there, to say, okay, good, this is not there, where is it? So anyway, yeah, I checked everything, and it so happened that everything was there. All right, so I even checked my wallet. Even the money that was in the wallet was there. But when I'm checking my wallet, I realized that my ID is not there. That is what I realized. Was it my ID? Yes, my ID. I realized that my ID is not there. So I'm like, no, everything is here except my ID. And the police was like, your ID? Are you sure it was there? I'm like, yeah, I keep everything in my purse. And really, guys, I'm not one person. My ID, license, bank cards, all stay in one place. To the point that if I was to actually lose my wallet, it means I've lost everything. So I was like, yeah, I'm sure it was in there, because yeah, I keep everything together. So then they asked him, guy, she says everything is there, but the ID is not there. Do you know where you put it? He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I put the ID in my wallet. Yeah, I put the ID in my wallet next to my ID. Guys, remember at the beginning of this video, I said men are creepy. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Men are actually so creepy. Like, what is my ID doing? What is my ID doing in your wallet? What is my ID doing in your wallet? Like, let's just discuss that for a second. So when we open his wallet, like, for real, guys, my wallet is nyato chilling. It's chilling right next to his. I don't know what image he was trying to picture there in his wallet. Guy, now at this point, I'm not sure if you are my hijacker, or you are my stalker, or you are my secret admirer. At this point, I'm not sure. But what you did and what you're doing, it's creepy. Stop it. It's creepy. Stop it. Like, that ish was creepy. It was actually so creepy. So anyway, I took my ID back and I put it back in my wallet. And then eventually, after everything, after that whole long day, we ended up going back home, and he remained in the holding cell. So anyway, following day, guys, I went back to school because, as I said, it was quarter to exams. So I did not have the time to cry. I did not have the time to wallow in what had happened to. I did not have the time to have depression, anxiety. I did not have that time. I had to pick myself up as fast as I can and catch up with school because it was quarter to exams and I needed to pass my final exams, guys. Like, I needed to pass my final exams. So whilst we're still on that, trying to catch up in everything, not so long after that whole ordeal, I think it was a couple of days later, like another week or something later, my uncle passed away. But now at this point, you're coming from a hijacking, then now there's a funeral, then now it's still quarter to exams. Imagine, just imagine that. So anyway, the funeral happens, exams come, and the court case. So for the court case, I didn't go for the court case. The court case happened when exams had now started. 1, 2, I was still a minor. I was 17, was it? Yes, I was 17. I was still a minor, so my parents felt it would have been too much for me, so they went there as my, representatives and everything. So anyway, the court case happened, and I am told, that Ukai really continued not to show any remorse. Ukai really continued not to be bothered about what he had done. Ukai really continued to just talk smack, because he had this attitude. Whenever we were asking him, why did you do what you did? Like, what was going on in your head? Why did you, when he was being asked all those questions initially from the police station, he was just talking smack. He was talking smack, and he really wasn't showing any remorse, and he really wasn't bothered, and so forth and so forth. And the judge actually saw it too. And that's what actually pissed the judge off. Uguti, this guy does something so traumatic to a minor, and he is not even bothered. He doesn't even care, and he just speaks like he's talking to his friends type of situation. Because he was asked all the questions of, why did you do what you did? How did you, plan what you did? When did you start planning what you did? ABC. And every question that he was asked, guys, he was just talking smack, and he was being rude. He was not remorseful, and that really pissed off the judge. That really pissed off. Is it the judge, magistrate, the what? Yeah, that. That, whatever you call that guy. Yeah, the judge, the magistrate, the whoever. Right? It really pissed him off. So anyway, eventually the judge was like, you actually don't show any remorse for what you did. You actually don't look sorry for doing what you did, meaning you knew what you were doing. You thoroughly planned what you were doing. And for that reason, this court also has no reason to show any mercy on you. And I feel like if he had shown just a little bit remorse, just a little bit of remorse, like maybe, he would have gotten a lighter sentence. I'm just saying. But anyway, he didn't show any remorse. He didn't look like he was bothered. So the judge saw it too. He picked it up too and said, because you actually look like you're not sorry, and you look like you actually knew what you were doing, and you had planned what you were doing, they decided to give him 10 good, beautiful years in prison. A decade. And I think it was 7 with good behavior. I'm not sure, but I think it was 7 with good behavior. I'm actually not sure, but something like that. Because remember, I wasn't there. So Nami, I got it on a hearsay basis, on a grapevine basis. I heard it on a grapevine basis. You know, when my parents were now telling me what happened, I also heard it on a grapevine. That is also how I heard it. So anyway, and I never actually got to see the guy ever again, ever since like the police station vibes. I never got to see him again. So I didn't see him when he was going to the prison. I didn't see him when he was at court. I didn't see him anyway. I never got to see him. And yeah, I never went for, what you call this? I never went for counseling or anything like that. No, I just had to somehow, you know, learn to get it out of my system. I just had to somehow fix myself. I just had to somehow be okay. Because remember, I told you it was exam time. And I didn't have the time to be sad. I didn't have the time to... And a lot had already happened prior exam time. You know, the whole hijacking, my uncle passing away, yadi yadi, and yadi yadi. So I honestly, genuinely didn't have the time to wallow in my sadness, to worry in my, you know, trauma, what I had gone through, and yadi yadi and yadi yadi. I just had to somehow fix myself up. So, and I think I managed to do that successfully, actually. Like, that is the one time I actually feel like my strength was tested. My strength was really tested, and I realized what a strong person I actually am. That was the one time I actually realized what a strong person I actually am, and how if I put my mind to something, you know, if I put my mind to focusing on something, things always just work out. Because actually, yeah, sis managed to pass her exams, and then sis managed to move on and go to varsity and stuff like that. So honestly, but what I gathered from that whole ordeal, guys, was, you know what, that guy really genuinely didn't know what he was doing. Like, amangamabi, like, let's not lie to each other. That guy did not know what he was doing. Like, he was really just practicing. Like, I was really just a practice what? It was a practice gone wrong. A practice session gone wrong. That was all that was, to be quite honest, because I'm thinking about all the mistakes that he made. He was basically taking chance. If we can call it that. He was basically taking chance. Honestly, that was him just taking chance. You know. But that's honestly that. And I can't say I was ever a depressed person, because I managed to, you know, I'm fine now. The fact that I'm able to talk about it and laugh, I'm honestly fine, and that's honestly fine. So I think the 7 years must be what? Now? This year, 2021? That's when he must have reached the 7 years. So I don't know if he's still there, or he's about to get out, or he's continuing to the 10 years. If he wasn't being a good boy in there, I really, really honestly have no idea. I honestly have no idea, but I really still say in this day that he was practicing. I don't think he also knew what he was doing. He was honestly just winging it. He saw a minor and just thought, okay, I'm going to wing this, I'm going to take advantage and just hope and pray everything goes well, that I don't get caught, and hopefully I manage to succeed in doing what I'm doing. Because honestly, that was pretty much the stuff. The way he was doing it, that was honestly, I don't know nothing about hijacking. I don't know nothing about, you know, robbing people and stuff like that. But I do know that you're at least supposed to be smart about it. You are at least supposed to be smart about it, to be quite honest. So anyway, guys, that was the time and point in my life where I was hijacked, and I survived. And thank God God, he actually did not hurt me or anything like that. Like, thank God. Like, everything aside, tremendous dreamer, we can say what we are saying, but thank God he did not hurt me, because he could have also just gotten the brain of doing something nasty to me before he takes the car, or taking me with the car, or something like that, and that would have been a really different ball game, to be quite honest. It would have really been a different ball game, and I don't know, y'all probably wouldn't even know me now. I would have been part of the statistics, to be quite honest. So at that point, I am grateful. On that part, I'm really grateful that my God was honestly watching over me. I'm grateful that my God had my back. He was protecting me and everything, you know. That's really what I'm grateful for. So anyway, guys, that was our story. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll be sharing more story times with you guys about the things that I've been through. And yo guys, please promise me you won't judge, because quite frankly, I've been through a lot. I've actually been through like quite a lot. It's not even funny. Sometimes I even just ask myself, how am I still living? How am I still here? How am I still breathing? Because the things I've been through, God, my God, Jesus, God, me, Christ, help me, yo. Like, I don't know. I actually do not know. So guys, I'm almost done with my makeup. I'm just trying to put my mascara, because obviously with my basic makeup, I don't like putting lashes. I don't. And the other thing is, I got long eyelashes, so I really don't mind it. But at this stage, if you feel like you want to put lashes, you can go ahead. You can go ahead and put the lashes. All right. Different strokes for different folks. For me, when I'm doing my basic makeup, I really don't like to put lashes. And oh, there it is. I was looking for my brush. And we are done. Wow. And we are done. I don't know why this camera is making me white. It's making me look white. And I don't know why, but it's making me look white. And I'm not sure I like it. It's making me look white. Okay, let me just quickly take off my... Alright. I just want to quickly take off my thingy. Things are just falling apart. So the last step to this whole makeup tutorial thing is the lip gloss. Right. And that brings us to the end of our video. I hope you guys like my basic makeup, but this is it. I'm trying to fix my hair as well, but it's flying all over the place. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching me do my basic makeup, and this is it, my basic makeup. Now I will be usually ready to step out of the house for a few errands or to go to work or whatever, but just my basic face, nothing hectic. And I hope you actually enjoyed my story time as well. And what I want you guys to take out from that story is you can make it through anything. 1, 2, men are creepy. Men are weird. Men are creepy. Please, can you just take that out? Take that with you from my story time. That is honestly the truth. But honestly, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and do not forget, please, please, please don't forget to interact with me in the comment section. And before I close down this video, I just wanted to let you guys know that I will be doing a giveaway at every 100 subscribers that I get. All right, so every single time I grow by 100, we're doing a giveaway. So when we get to 100 subscribers, I'm doing a giveaway. When we get to when we get to 200 subscribers and 300 subscribers and 400 subscribers and so forth and so forth and so forth until I get to 1,000 subbies, guys. Please, please, please help me. This is the part where I need you guys. Please help me reach that goal. Yeah, so please do help me reach that goal. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Don't forget about the giveaways. The reason why I'm having so many of them up until I get to 1,000 subscribers is I'm trying to give as many of you guys as I can a chance to win something. All right, so until next time, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't make me come for you now. Do not make me come for you. So subscribe. Until next time, guys. Mwah. Love you.